over 230 million girls and women all over the world have suffered this condition. Nobody is talking about it. And that is why I have decided to talk about FGM, female genital mutilation. Why is nobody talking about it? A woman gives birth to a girl child. After certain few years, they take her in, and what happens? They cut her. They cut this girl. And when you ask them, why do you carry out this act? Why did you do this? They tell you, oh, it's our culture, and it's where we come from. You have to cut every girl child, because if you don't cut her or something, I don't understand. So they tell you it's their culture that they must cut her. Some other women say you have to belong because of pressure. If they don't cut you, you are not yet a woman. So they have to cut the women so that they become part of them. Some other people say the reason why they carry out this act is because of purity, so that this young girl, when she grows up, she does not become promiscuous, she doesn't lose her sexual purity. So they cut them. And some other people say it's because of religion, that our religion permits this. So if you don't do this and that and that. And it's barbaric. According to the UNICEF and WHO, it is an abuse on the girl child for anybody to cut a girl. In some parts of the world, if they catch you, you go to jail for 14 years. Are you aware? No, you're not aware. Does it have any benefits? The answer is no. It has no medical benefit. So why then do we do it? Let me shock you. So many women watching this video right now have had this thing done on them and they are not even aware. They are living their lives, and then sometime later on in the future, when they come across this video, they're like, maybe they carry this act on me. So you might be watching this video not even knowing that you've been a victim of this act. Now let me tell you how it's being done. Because when I break it down for you and you see how they carry this act, you would agree with me that we have to stop it. It is an abuse on the girl child and must be what? Must be stopped. Some people call it female circumcision. There is nothing like female circumcision, honestly, because medically, every part of the female genitalia is important for her. My body, my choice. Allow the young lady to grow up and decide what she wants to do with her body. Don't cut her. Now, how is this act being done on a woman? There are 4 types. 4 types, and if you look at this picture here, this is like the female genitalia. So let me explain to you. Type 1, the first type. What do they do? In type 1, they cut this place out. They remove this. In type 1, they might also remove this. So they cut it off. In type 1, they cut it off. In type 2, they remove this. They remove this, the minora, and they also remove this. You see it? They take it off. So now let me show you how it appears. So they remove this one like this. They remove this one like this. Remove it. Just watch. They remove it. They remove this one like this. That is for what? For type 2. For type 3, you know what they do? You see this opening here? Now let me show you. This is what? Look at it. This is this part. In type 3, you know what they do? They seal this place off. So after cutting this one off, they use part of the skin and part of the skin, and then they seal it up. They seal it up. And they leave small opening here. Small opening for menstruation to come out, for menses. That is how it is for type 3. And then for type 4 could be anything. It could be cutting, it could be piercing, it could be any other acts carried out on this region. This is how it's being done. And so many women are not aware that this thing was carried out on them. So look at the type 3. They seal. So there is no opening here to go in. What are the complications? If you carry out this act on a woman, what might happen to her? The first thing is that she can have early problems immediately after they carry out this procedure on her. Big problem. Number 1, bleeding. This young lady can bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed, and if care is not taken, from there, she goes to the world beyond. Severe bleeding. The second one is what? Excessive pain. She complains of pain. She screams every time that place is painful. Another one is infection. She can develop certain type of infections. Why? Because when they cut these ladies, the instruments they use, they don't sterilize them. So she can develop HIV. She can even develop tetanus. Are you seeing this? In certain cases, she might develop swelling. That area can become swollen. And then she finds it difficult to urinate. These are some of the early complications that she might experience. What about the late complications later on in her life? What might happen to her? She might also notice pain again, continuous pain. And guess what? Whenever she meets her partner, whenever she engages in sex, she feels pain because they have cut out this area. So she notices that place begins to feel pain whenever she meets her partner. And this is why when a woman says, "Doctor, I feel pain whenever I meet my partner," your doctor wants to examine you to be sure that this was not carried out on you. And even some women, when the doctor begins to examine them, they feel pain as well. Now, if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Dr. Fredostar. I'm a licensed medical doctor, a practicing medical doctor. I make health educational videos as simple as ABC for you to understand. If this is your first time, I want you to click on the subscribe button, share this video to invite your friends, because here I teach a lot and I promise you, you will never miss it. You will understand. Yes, she has pain during intercourse. Sometimes these women can also have infections, chronic infections like urinary tract infections. Every time she develops infections. These women can also have chronic vaginal infections with what? Recurrent discharge. She keeps having discharge every time. These are the complications later on in her life. This woman can have complications with childbirth. When she wants to give birth, she can develop problems. What are the problems? Now listen carefully. Remember, they sealed this place. For her to give birth, they will have to cut her up again. That is number 1. She might have problems with pushing her baby. And when she does that, she might even lose her life because of this when giving birth. Or the baby, she might lose the baby when giving birth. Or the baby might end up needing extra medical care after delivery, childbirth. In some cases, again, she might have problem with her menses. Whenever she's on her menses, she feels severe pain. In some cases, these women might have problem with sex. They no longer enjoy sex. And guess what happens? She begins to think, is it my partner that is giving me this problem? I don't enjoy sex with my partner. Should I go meet another partner? And then this gives the women that urge to try other partners. So she's on the bed with her partner. She feels nothing because they have cut out everything that is supposed to make her enjoy these acts. In some cases, again, she might suffer from mental issues. Example, like anxiety. She might suffer from anxiety. She might suffer from depression. So as I'm talking to you right now, ask yourself, did they carry these acts on me? Yes or no? And if you are involved in carrying these acts, I think you should stop it. Because in this 2024, we are still carrying out this procedure with no medical benefits on the girl child, then you are wicked. How can we stop this? Number 1, We need to raise awareness. People need to know that this stuff is bad. Keep talking about it. Share this video. Show your community. Show your elders. Show the people that carry this out. Show them that it is wrong. It is bad. Number 2, for the fathers in the house. Do not leave your daughters and just go to work and you're all caring about money. You don't even know what happens to them. Give a clear instruction that nothing must touch my daughter. It's important. Mothers, also make this thing clear that this must never be carried out on your daughters. What can we do again? We need what? Pressure groups. Pressure groups. We have so many of them on social media. We have so many of them out there. We need you to speak out. Let's stop this act. It is bad. It is barbaric. It is an abuse on the girl child. And if you are caught, you will go to jail. Like I always say, good life, na sense. Make sure you share this video for more people to learn. And click on the subscribe button so that you don't miss my next posts.